Today it's a good old get ready with me, and I'm trying some new makeup on my over 60 mature skin. I hope you'll join me. Welcome in, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Today we're doing a fun get ready with me, and I'm taking my face from this to this. If you're new here, a very special welcome to you. I hope you'll consider subscribing and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. I'm excited to jump into this get ready with me. There's some fun new products, and as always, everything that I use and mention today will be listed and linked below, and they'll also be over on the blog, so super easy for you to find. And with that, let's hop into it. I have my face all prepped with my serums and moisturizers and of course my sunscreen. And what I'm going to go in first with today is this Pixie by Petra. It's their Flawless and Poreless Primer. Haven't even tried this, just opened the box. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. It's got kind of a neutral color, so I'm just going to spread that all over my face. You know what it feels like? It feels like a creamy version of the e.l.f. Putty Primer. It has that same consistency, but it's more creamy and hydrating. It feels nice on the skin. Now I'm going in with the Milani eyeshadow primer. Just a little bit on my finger, tap it between my ring fingers, and then just onto the lids. And I always like to make sure that I get it in this inside corner of my eyes where I seem to have trouble hanging onto my eyeshadow. Now I'm going to do a little color correcting with the Stila Correct and Perfect palette. I love this palette. You guys know that. I've said it about 1,000,000 times recently. I'm going to take my pinky finger and just go into this peach color right here, and that's going to go underneath both eyes. Just a little bit will do ya. Then I'm going to take a little bit of this green and just put that on my nose. And a little bit on my chin. While those primers are drying, I'm going to do my brows, and I'm using the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil. You guys know how much I love this. And I always like to start with my brows, just doing the bottom line and then filling them in up from there. Today I'm going to be using a new palette. I'm so excited to use this. This is from Sigma, and it is their Warm Neutrals palette. Isn't that just so pretty? They sent this to me in PR, and I was so excited when I opened it up. It's just the most beautiful colorway. It looks to be about half mattes and half shimmers, and the shimmers seem to have a different finish to them. There's a real sparkly one down here in the corner, kind of a deep, rich gold color. It's a warmer tone neutral palette, and I'm really excited about putting together a soft, pretty look with this. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush, tap it into this cream color up on the top, and wash that over both lids. There's so many ways to go with this palette. I'm not sure if I want to go kind of a taupey neutral or a rosy. I think I'm going to do a rosy. So I'm going to take a crease brush and dip it into this soft pink color down here in the corner. This looks to be really, really pretty. One thing I can say about these shadows, they're unbelievably smooth and they blend in so well. Not chalky at all, just beautiful pigment. Look at how pretty that is. Really gorgeous. And I'm going to bring that soft pink color down to the outside third of my movable lid. This formula is outstanding. You know, this pink color right here could be an all over the lid and up into the crease one and done shadow, and it would be so beautiful. I'm really loving that color. Now I'm going to take the Sigma E54 and I'm going to tap it in between these two colors right here, this kind of rosy color and really light chocolate color. And that's going to go deeper into the crease and down to the outside third of the movable lid. I don't want too much. I just want to create a little bit of depth in that outside corner. And I always like to bring that up a little bit towards the outside edge of my brow to kind of lift the eye in that outside corner. Then I'm going to go on with a big fluffy brush and just blend that in. Now I'm going to take a small pointed brush and dip it into this deep purple down here at the bottom. This is russet. I guess I could have been calling out the colors. Sorry about that. And this is going to go right in the outside corner of that movable lid just to add some depth. And I'm just going to keep it right there at the outside corner and bring it just a little bit along the lash line. Then back in with my blending brush just to blend that out. And I don't want to move that color very much. I just want to keep it right in that area. I just want to soften the edges. I can't believe how easy this formula is to work with. It's just beautiful. It just blends seamlessly from one color to the next. Now I'm going to take my finger and dip it into this color Charmer. It's kind of a very, very soft pink. And that's going to go right over the movable lid. And I'm not going to bring that too far down into the corner because it has a little bit of shimmer in it, and that shimmer seems to really accentuate the crinkles in the inside corner of my eye. So I'm going to touch that area up with a light matte color. Now I'm going to take a small brush. This is the BK Beauty 204 brush, and I'm just going to dip it into this light color right here and put that right in the inner corner to lighten that area up and diffuse that shadow that I get right in the inner corner. And the reason I want to use a matte there is that it seems to work well with the texture on my skin in that area. Now I'm going to take a little bit of that same cream color and sweep that right underneath the brows. And that's just going to highlight that brow bone a little bit and give me a little bit of lift. For complexion today, I'm going to be using an old favorite. This is the Light Illusion from Flower Beauty, and I'm in the color L2. This was my holy grail foundation for a long, long time. I really do love it. I'm going to start with a little bit on the back of my hand and then just dot that over my face. Then I'm going to start smoothing that around. This is the BK Beauty 101 brush. They have two complexion brushes, the 101 and the 106. I like them both. I'm not sure which one I like better, so I'm trying them both. I'll let you know if I come up with a decision. I'm just pouncing that foundation over my skin and just kind of smoothing it out a little bit. Okay, so what's everybody doing for Thanksgiving? I know it's going to be such a different year this year. I mean, nothing is the same this year than it's been in past years, right? I'm going to be going over to the coast for Thanksgiving, which is kind of an old throwback for me because when the girls were little, I took them to Mendocino for Thanksgiving every year. We'd go for a week, and I think we did that for about 15 years. We used to stay at the Little River Inn, and then the girls got bigger and started bringing friends, so then I would start renting a house that was right overlooking the ocean on the cliffs in the Mendocino area. So my daughter, my oldest daughter, is living up in Mendocino now, and so I'm going to go to her house for Thanksgiving. I'm really kind of excited about it. And of course, that's the area that I just moved from, so it's really old home week for me there. Then I like to take a dampened beauty blender and just press that foundation into the skin. There's something about a sponge that just leaves the most beautiful finish on the skin for me when I'm doing my foundation. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Zellen's concealer. I really do like this formula. I'm not crazy about the delivery system. So it's kind of a little bit of a toss-up for me. Once I have that concealer all tapped in with my sponge, I go in with the No. 7 Lift Illuminate powder and just put a very, very light coating underneath my eyes to set that concealer. Then I go back in with that sponge and just tap that powder in. For bronzer, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It. Love this bronzer. So one of the things I'm most excited about going over to the coast for is to hike. I love hiking at the coast. Of course, I love hiking just about anywhere. But right now where I am, I'm up in the mountains at the Lake Tahoe area. It is so dry here right now to hike because we haven't had any rain in forever. So all the trails are super, super dusty. So I'll come home just covered in dust. Have to wash all my clothes, wash all myself. I've got dust up in my ears and everything else. Over on the coast, it's a lot moister in the redwoods, so I'm going to be able to hike without kicking out so much dust. So I'm looking forward to that. I've got a new blush to try today. This is from Honest Beauty. I haven't tried anything from Honest Beauty at all, so I'm really excited to give this a whirl. This is their Rose Pink blush. Very nice and creamy. Let me put it on the back of my hand, and you can see it right there. Isn't that a pretty color? I'm just going to go ahead and get some on my finger and just tap that in. I'll have to say, it's a beautiful consistency. It feels very, very creamy. And I'm just tapping that in with my fingers. I think that's really pretty. It blended into the skin beautifully. It didn't appear to lift up my foundation. What do you think? For highlighter, I'm going to use the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This is just like an old classic favorite. So reliable. Love the way it looks on the skin. Just a little bit right at the tops of my cheeks, and I always like to put a little bit right in the front. I feel like it gives me just a little bit more cheekbone area. And of course you have to put a little on the end of the nose. I don't know why, but it's just fun to do. And a little bit on the Cupid's bow. Now I'm going to go in with a big fluffy brush and blend all those cheek products in. Then I'm going to finish off with a little Milani Prep Set and Glow. Can you guys see how much I love this? Honestly, I just keep getting more and more product out of this, so I haven't pulled out my new one yet because there's just so much left in this one. I love the look this puts on the skin. It's just the most subtle, beautiful glow. A little bit of the Revolution Hydrate and Fix. Now I'm going to go back in with that flat brush, dip it into this chocolate brown, and that's just going to go on the outside third of my lower lash line, right tucked up there next to the lashes. And you can see how it just changes the emphasis to the corner of the eye, this eye compared to this eye. I've curled my lashes and done my tight lining, and I'm going to be using a new mascara today. This is from Wonder Beauty, and it is the Mile High Club. And it comes in this interesting little package right here, so it's just like a regular mascara tube, except this looks like a squeezy tube, and then you have your wand right here. It's a fairly thin wand, and not too much product came out when I pulled that out of there, so we'll see how this goes today. Formula seems to be going on pretty easily. It's not too thick, and I'm not seeing any clumping yet. It really is lengthening my lashes, I can say that. Okay, here's 2 coats with the Wonder Beauty Mile High Lashes. What do you think? For lips today, I have a new color from Maybelline. This is number 200 Rose Embrace. I thought this was just the prettiest color. I'm going to be pairing it with the LA Girl Lip Liner in Blushing. Here's the lip color. Here we have the finished look. For me, the star of the show today is this Sigma Warm Neutrals palette. I didn't know what to expect from the eyeshadow formula from Sigma, but boy, I've never used a formula quite like this. It blended out so seamlessly and so smoothly, and the colors are so beautiful on my eyes. I'm really a fan of this palette. I think the colorway is beautiful. I had a wonderful time working with the shadows. There were no issues, no fallout, no dustiness, nothing. The formula was just so wonderful to work with. This Pixie by Petra Flawless and Poreless Primer. I can't say that my skin looks poreless, but it did do a good job of holding on in my foundation. I liked the way that it felt on the skin. Again, it was kind of a combination between a more moisturizing primer and a putty primer, so it has an interesting texture. The Flower Beauty Light Illusion, this is just such a winner in my book. It's a little bit dewier of a complexion look than I've been going for lately, but I think it is very, very pretty. And this still remains one of my favorite foundations. I'm excited to try more from Honest Beauty. I really, really think this blush is beautiful. This is in Rose Pink. It's a cream blush with a very, very smooth consistency, so it feels glorious going on the skin, and I really do like the color. I'm happy with the Mile High Club mascara from Wonder Beauty. I think my eyelashes do look lengthened, so I'm appreciating this new mascara. I'm loving the Rose Embrace lipstick from Maybelline. Of course, I'm a lipstick lover. Apparently, I can't own too many lipsticks, and I found another color that I'm really enjoying. I want to thank you for joining me for this fun get ready with me. It was so nice to have you come along as I tried these new products. I hope you found this useful and helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. You guys know it just thrills me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day. Wear your sunscreen and all. See you in the next video. Bye now.